Edward here from earviewer.com. I have another video for you. This is a very interesting session, very interesting project that I had recently done. This was part of my Time Sensations project that kind of turned into what I'm calling a case for telepathy from the future. This session was done on March 4th, and I had asked my friend Dustin Newcomb, who has been selecting targets for me, brand new targets, not from pre-selected list of targets, but brand new targets. And the reason that I'm setting it up for the brand new targets is that I'm looking for entropy. I'm looking for any sensations that take place when another person becomes involved, and then the process that they go through for selecting a target. So that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for that type of entropy from the future back to the time that I'm actually doing the session. So on the 4th of March, I sent a text to Dustin at 10:43 a.m. requesting a brand new target. Immediately after that, I did the session. I'm not sure when Dustin actually got the text or read the text. After the session was over, there was no response. I did not get a response back until the following day, March 5th, where Dustin sent me a text asking me if I still needed a target. This is the text that he sent, and I responded yes that I did. At 1:18, he confirmed that he had picked a target. I sent him some feedback images from my session. This is the response back that he gave me, which was a very curious response to me. That there was something curious about the session based on what Dustin was researching prior to selecting the target. So this is what makes it interesting to me and why I'm looking at it as a case for telepathy in the future. Prior to Dustin selecting the target, and what inspired him to select this target, the target was the moon. What inspired him to select that as a target is that he was listening to a podcast about this supposed Russian scientist that goes under the moniker of Hadibov, I believe. And this is a supposed scientist who has theories that the moon is a communication satellite, that it was placed in our orbit for means of communication and that kind of stuff. So when I responded back to Dustin after he had selected the target, asking him if the target had to do with communication and frequency and these types of things, he responded that, and here's the text of his response, that yes, in a very strange kind of way. After Dustin was listening to this podcast, he then selected for me the moon as a target for me to remote view. Is the moon a communication satellite? Is this guy Hadibov correct that the moon is a communication satellite that was placed in our orbit with all these, and all these different type of alien theories? I don't know. I have no idea. I'm not really even interested in that so much. I'm interested in the possibility that what took place was a telepathic communication 24 hours into the future. That's what's interesting to me. That's what I'm curious about. Is this a case for future telepathy? Meaning that on the 4th of March, was I reading Dustin's mind from March the 5th? That's what I'm interested in. It's a case for telepathy from the future. I'm not too familiar with this Hadibov guy. If some people are familiar with his research and you take a look at this session and it makes some sense, please leave some comments as per your research and what you think, how you think it may correlate to the session that I had done. So that's what makes this session very interesting to me. These are the types of strange phenomena that I'm looking for, of how we communicate through time, and all these different kind of strange things that can take place. That's what I'm curious about. That's what I'm interested in. That's what this is about. Anybody who's contributing to my work through my PayPal Fund Me page, I greatly appreciate it. If anybody wants to contribute, please do. I greatly appreciate it. I'm going to have another project coming through. This kind of mind space stuff is kind of where I'm at right now. These things are kind of coming in. I got a 3-part series coming up, a project that I was asked to work by another remote viewer named Deborah Katz. She asked me if I would be willing to work a target. It turns out that the target was a mental space that her and some of her students had created, and she wanted to see if that mental space could be remote viewed. That's coming up soon. Very interesting results again. So that's what I'm looking at right now, are these remote viewing, these mind spaces and telepathic communication be that from the past or even from the future. So if you find that interesting as I find it, then you may enjoy this. Either way, many, many more to come. Test, test, test. It is March 4th, 10:43 a.m. and I call this project 9523. What I'm going to do right now is send Dustin a request for a brand new target. Requesting new target. Sending that. And that was sent at 10:43. Okay, so whenever he gets that message, he will then become involved. So that's how I'm doing this one. So he may have become involved right now if he just looked at that text. All right. Nine, 5, 2, 3. Whites. Golden, angular, large, moving, yellow, bright, dimpled, inside, this idea word here, casual, dense, smooth, curving, 9, 5, 2, 3, 5, 2, 9, 5, 2, 3, 9, 5, 2, 3, green, blue, steep, outside, rocky, and I'm getting this landscape. Dimensional. Mountainous, mountainous landscape, your peaks. Rocky, 9, 5, 2, 9, 5, 2, green, whites, shadowed. This is an interesting word. Electric. Electric. Put that up here. Electric. Vibrating. Moving. Electric. 5, 2, 3. white, dimpled, shadowed, looming, this is give me a comparator of harp, the electric part. Grids, voltage, that kind of thing. Lightning. Five, 2, 3, 9, 5, 2, 3. Green, wide, angular, large, outside, dense, slow, white, green, angular, boxy, again steep, edged, glowing, inner, inside. Again, it's kind of boxy, dimensional here. Boxy, inside, crafted, random thought, or unimpeded, shovel, bright, glowing, magnetic, magnetic properties, voltage, electricity, comparator here, volcano. Mountains. Still not really feeling much here. Signal's dipping below. Nine, 5, 2, 3. Dipping. Slow moving. Outside, dense. Curving. Yellow, black. Silver. Curving. Winding. Looping. The idea here something in a box. Five, 2, 3. Smooth, yellow, black. Mountain. Greasy. Yeah, okay. That's something. Something sticking up. Okay, this idea of these mountains, but also some kind of electricity or connecting. Connecting. Like a grid or a like signal repeaters, you know, broadcasting. Communications. Radio signals. That kind of thing. That's the idea. This is the idea. Idea generations. You know, looping from one to the next. A communication system. Like radio. Or bandwidth. This here is branching out. It branches out. Like a like a transformer. Electrical box. Radio waves. Signals. This is giving me a comparator of like a military vessel or vehicle. Something like that. Metallic. Mechanical. So, dimensionally, I'm getting this mountainous, rocky terrain or landscape. And then I'm getting this kind of radio signal communication system. You know, sending communications back and forth, signaling, communicating. Yeah, like this, like a transformer or some type of electrical box that connects to other electrical boxes. And I got way too much noise going out there. Technical. All right, we'll break on that. It is 11:04 and Dustin has not responded yet. So we shall see.